All it takes is one person. One person to believe, one person to persist, one person to know from the moment you walk in the door to the moment you leave that you're worth something. All it takes is one person. We have two.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the Boombox podcast, so Campbell High School's very own all band-related podcast, so that you can stay in tune with everything happening here in the CHS band program. My name is AJ. I'm your host, but this episode is very thankfully not about me. It is about these two lovely gentlemen on my right. We have Mr. Chester and Mr. Jux. Say hi to people.
Hello, everybody.
What's happening?
Yes. So, speaking of what's happening, there are a lot of things happening in the Campbell band program. We have a lot of new changes, a lot of new pizzazz, a lot of new sparkle, and razzle dazzle. Would you like to possibly...
Razzle and dazzle.
Yes, all the razzle and all the dazzle. Would you possibly like to explain this new razzle dazzle that we have going on?
Mr. Chester, explain the razzle dazzle.
Well, the razzle dazzle is really happening with the marching band program. The students actually voted for the program. Mind you, we had a lot of pros and cons, more cons than pros.
More cons.
But they voted for it as, I guess, the environment and the atmosphere of what the students wanted. They wanted some change. So, same great musical concept. We're going to really build on their strong core style aspect, face front marching, which is going to lift the knee, point the toe, and add some of the HBCU elements into what the band is now going to be called the Legion of Boom. And the HBCU style of the element doesn't change how we sound. It's going to change the visuals of how we look and the overall energy of what we're putting out. So you can expect some really awesome shows, great visual performances, and a lot of, like my host here said, razzle dazzle as we go through. We're definitely looking at, as of right now, some record-breaking numbers that the school has ever seen. And if they hold, I'm not going to say numbers right now, but it's looking to be one of the largest marching band programs that the school here has ever had. And it's all because of the kids' interest in what they want to do with this new razzle dazzle with the Legion of Boom.
That is beautiful, lovely. And I will just say from the student perspective, we are all very excited. It's going to be a whole thing, because I just know the passion, the group chat was blowing up. The marching band group chat was blowing up. Everyone is so excited.
The one we're not in.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you don't. It's
No, we
just
don't
so
want to
many text messages.
I'm glad.
Because we all love each other here.
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
loves each other. But speaking of Legion of Boom, you see, we, in the group chat, we were really trying to figure out what this new name was going to be. Because, you can't take something old. You can't have something new and give it an old persona. You got to sparkle it up. You have to add the razzle and the dazzle. Mm-hmm. So how did you guys come up with this Legion of Boom?
It's absolutely Mr. Chester. Mr. Chester, how did you come up with this? But he really did. He really did. He actually already had this thought in his head. He said if they change, this is the name. How did you come up with the Legion of Boom?
Well, it was either Legion of Boom or the Spartan Legion. And the Spartan Legion is Norfolk State situation. So I didn't want to hop on that train. Then the expectations would be, oh, Norfolk, you need to sound like Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to kind of carry the idea of the Spartans, because here at Campbell, we are the Spartans. So the Spartan Legion is an actual army situation that was with Sparta when they went to war and things of that nature. And the boom part is more so leaning towards, and yes, I did take the boom situation from Jackson State, because the boom, they really bring that type of energy situation. So it's got Legion of Boom. So it's like we're basically a marching band that's coming to bring that funk. It's the idea of you have the Legion of Boom, and if we train right and we do what's necessary, we'll definitely gonna bring that energy and that stank to every situation we go. So when they see our name on the marquee, they know they about to get a good show. So it's like Legion of Boom. There's not a lot of bands. Some bands copy names, Mighty Marching this, MM something this, M4 that, M3 the machine, whole bunch of other stuff, but you don't see a lot of Legion of Boom. You don't see a lot of Legion anything. There's not a lot of Spartan stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? So, be different, and then bring that energy that requires you to back up the name that you select. So Legion of Boom.
I love that.
We in it.
That's so cute. I always wanted to know. I put that question in here because, the people need to know.
The people need to know.
AJ is also the people. I want to know.
AJ is the people, yes.
I want to know. So we have, speaking of, there's so much when it comes to being different. Right. Well, I don't know if they can see it in the camera, but a lot of the things that we talk about here in the Campbell Brand program, there is this like definitive, what's the word I'm looking for? There's this exaggeration on excellence. Because if you're going to do something, there is no room for mediocrity. Absolutely zero. There's a quote. I'm actually gonna take a quote from you. I wrote it in my I wrote it in my folder because I was like, this is such a good quote.
Okay.
The problem is not that we set the bar too high. It's that we set the bar too low and you meet it every time. It, beautiful quote. And with you two, I feel like I've never had that. Like I feel like so many times students will put a cap on themselves. Like they'll be like, this is as good as I'm ever gonna get. This is it. I can't do this. I can't do that. That's out of my range. This is what I know. But I feel like ever since I've joined marching band, even just in like the concert band program, it's always pushing of like, you can do this. I'm going to help you do this. You can get there, but we also need to be able to put in that effort.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Okay. Yes.
you see my beautiful little transition,
I
my
see
beautiful
what you
little
did there.
turnaround. How do you think students are going to be able to be successful in the band program?
Well, first, I think the first part of it, I think the first thing is they have to make sure that one, this is what they want to do. I do think that's the first thing. You can't force anything on anybody. You know, you have to have some type of, even if you don't have a full love for the thing at the time, because even people who start off, let's just use marriage, they don't start off completely in love. They just start off interested, and then just from all of that, something happens. So the same thing with band. I think a lot of people, they join band or any musical situation just interested, like, oh, this is something different, and then they learn to build it. So I think you have to have an interest in it first of all. And once you have that interest, I think you have to also make sure that you have that patience to go through all the steps, because it's not a microwave situation. It's not something that you just, I'm gonna get it, boom. It's not like a simple subject where once you learn to say the alphabet, you say the alphabet. Okay, I think you have to have that interest. You have to have that patience, and I think you have to have that perseverance to kind of go through all of those things, all the struggles that are going to happen along with that.
Because without struggle, there is no progress.
Right. And so I think those are the three things that you're going to definitely need. You have to have an interest in it so that you build that love for it. You have to have the patience for what's going to be happening for you to get better, and you have to have the perseverance to kind of push through all of those things, because it doesn't get easy. There are people who were musicians since through and through, and there are still things that we feel like we can be better at. There are professional musicians that they practice. They've been playing their instrument for 50 years, and for 50 years they are still practicing every single day because they're trying to get better at their instrument. So I think those are the three things. You definitely need to be successful, and not just here at Campbell. That's just any band program in general.
And then all that tied into effort. Like you have to give effort. One thing that I say to the students a lot is the one thing you can never get back is time. Time is always fleeting. It's always moving. So don't waste it. Every moment you should be trying to strive to be better, not just in what you're doing in band, but just as a person. Like if you're still the same person a week from now that you were today, what have you done with your time? Same thing with music. You can be better. Like how bad do you want to be good? What are you willing to do to get to that situation? And that's where perseverance, patience, as well as striving for excellence. We have a banner that says excellence right here in the marching band. The E in pride is excellence in all we do. You have to want to be great. So if you're not wanting to be great, don't settle for being okay. Don't settle for mediocrity. Settle for great. Shoot for the stars. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still land amongst the stars. But if you're not, you still be sitting on Earth wondering what's happening. So you have to strive for it. But it takes effort, it takes the patience, and it takes the perseverance to get through those hard times so you can get to the golden joy. You feel me? So that's just what that is.
I don't know. I feel like when we have band, people we get so short-sighted and like, oh, like this is band. It's something I do on the side. But I feel like the keystone to being a good band student also makes the keystone to just being a good person. And I feel like a lot of the times when you have kids are like in school and they're like, oh, I love doing this in school, it's like we don't really understand how we can take that into the real world. Do you guys have anything to speak on that of like how being in band can really just like make like a well-rounded person.
Yes.
Yeah, it's you know, self-discipline, self-awareness, being able to understand where you fit amongst the people. Band is a melting pot of personalities. You learn how to deal with a bunch of different, and here at Campbell, I mean, we have a lot of different personalities, different walks of life, and we learn how to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that we may not get along with, because it happens, but we're able to understand each other to the point where we can harmonize with each other and make beautiful music. Um, I just know based off where these lessons that, on my perspective, and Mr. Judge will probably have a different side of it, is that I still get emails, phone calls, text messages, social media contacts from students I've taught in back in 2000, 2000, and 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, they're grown with families, married, say, hey, this happened, and I remember band and this lesson that I learned, and this kids that went to the military that actually thanked me for how hard I pushed them at band camp. So in boot camp, I'm ready for boot camp. It feels like band camp, but this is worse. Thank you for prepping me for this situation. Thank you for helping me learn discipline. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for showing me that I'm better than who I am. And a lot of kids are real grateful and don't know how great they actually are until they have someone to believe in them more than they believe in themselves. So those type of lessons, showing them that they're worthy of who they are, worthy of what they plan on doing in life, you know, through the discipline of what we do in this room. I think that is one of the big situations uh, of what we do and why we put in the effort and the time that we do. Different perspective, sir?
Yeah, actually, I do have a good perspective. So I think back. So I've been in band since fourth grade.
Okay.
Since fourth grade. But I look at, yes, 19. Anyways, I look at the things that I learned or that I acquired just being in band. Working with other people, learning to collaborate, learning to persevere through things, learning to hold myself to a higher esteem, um, learning that good enough is not good enough, not being fine with just being fine,
And not getting your way.
and not getting your way.
These are true.
But also, just even on a from a social standpoint in general, some of my still to this day, some of my closest friends are people that I ninth grade band camp. I have been in their weddings, at their weddings, with their families, college.
Facts.
Same people we are constant communication because you know meeting other people who are in other bands, they're just a bond because you understand the experience that someone has gone through. It's always oh, you were in band, and it becomes a whole thing. And so,
Mood lighting.
and so, just band is just a microcosm of life, of all the little things that you're going to really acquire in life. I literally think that there's so many things that people don't realize that you really do get from band. That it represents so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of things that you kind of gather from that, and I think that's something that you appreciate as you get older, because you don't think about it when you're in the moment.
Yeah. That brought up a really good point. I didn't even really think about that when I was posing the question, but like looking at because I was really hesitant at first about joining marching band because I was supposed to go to a different school. I was like, I'm gonna go to this new school. I'm gonna be an IB. Like, I don't know if I can do marching band. There was just something that pushed me, and I have never been more glad to do something really uncomfortable like ever in my life. Cause like the people that I've met here are like people that it's like I don't know, nothing's forever obviously, but it's like these are my people. Like we'll go to the lunchroom, we'll cut it up, I'll see them in other classes. We meet up first day of school. It's like what's up? And marching band has taught me so many things that I can apply even in my real work because. Listen, band camp is coming up in July, and it's March, and I've already started working out. I made my plan. PT is not going to catch me lacking this year. It's not going to happen. It already happened 2 years in a row. Third time's the charm. I'm going to do it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be perfect.
No, band is a family. It's like if you think about it, we spend a lot of time with each other than we do with our own families, especially in certain stretches of the year. So being able to have that respect for each other, where business hours is about that business, but to be able to have this type of banter with students, and students being able to come to us to talk to us about whatever, as long as we ain't got to report it. But it's a thing.
Right.
But it kind of opens us up to be more human, so the students don't see us as, oh, they're just the teachers, directors who expect us to do this music thing all the time. It helps the students feel seen, that we talk to them about the anime, about what did you cook, like how was your day, and then we are judging. Like if you don't know how to make mac and cheese, we will judge you. Absolutely.
This is
true. I will ask.
We will judge what did you put in it and what did you make with it. We want to judge. But it's a family atmosphere. We want to have fun, but we have to put in the work. So I'm happy to hear that you found a tribe in music. So that means we're doing something right here.
That is true. You guys are, listen, not even for the podcast, not even for the people. You guys are genuinely amazing directors. Because, I've never come in here and felt like whenever I go into the band room, it's never like, oh, the world is crashing down on me, everything. It's like, okay, I got band. I got my people, the directors are cool. I know if I'm having a bad day, one of you is going to make a joke that's going to make me laugh. It's going to pop off. So, on that note, what does being a director mean to you?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, I think that now granted, Mr. Chester has more years experience than I do. But I can say that the thing that I've enjoyed, and I've had the ability to have taught elementary first, then get into the band world. And so from the beginning of my band teaching experience, it has kind of taught me that you are responsible so much for the development of these students, because as he said, the first thing is they are with you. So I've had parents that have literally said that you see my child more than I see my child, And so there's that understanding of now you have a role outside of just making sure that their music is prepared for stuff, but you're really just making sure that once they walk across the stage, you're like, we did a great job, with that particular student. My first band students that I ever taught band to, sixth graders, they're about to graduate next year. One of my goals is to be there for the grad. Figure out how I'm gonna do it. Figure out how to do it, but I'm gonna, because I remember them being, meeting them as sixth graders, and then seeing them develop into eighth graders, and then seeing them from time to time before I came to college, seeing them, in high school and how that's going and how they're maturing and stuff like that. So I think you have to understand that you're here to be that part of that kid's development. And even on the musical side, you're there to push them, like Sarah. You're there to really push them to make sure that they are growing, because it is I don't remember the exact quote. It's not the struggle quote. It's another quote, but it's more so about it's in the struggle of things. It's not even the word struggle. Because watch me find this quote later, but it's not the Frederick Douglass quote.
If you do, I'll flash them.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but it's really about it's in those type of times that we grow. We don't grow when it's comfortable. You can't grow it. You grow when you're uncomfortable. Getting out of the cocoon it's hard getting out of the cocoon for a caterpillar to become a butterfly. It's not just it's literally like, oh, I really have to break this thing so I can really spread my wings. And you're just kind of preparing them for the cocoon and watching them emerge from that cocoon. A better person, or hopefully a better musician, but most definitely a better person, because music has that ability, that aesthetic ability, to really help people just be a better person. So I think that's the main thing that was the best part of being a director for me, is making sure that we're creating good people, ultimately. That society is like, oh, they were in band. Yes.
Yeah.
They were in band, but yeah.
So I agree with a lot of things that Mr. Jug said. Being a band director, in my vision, is like being a shepherd for the kids, or helping them be good stewards of who they should be becoming. Leading them through, my journey through music wasn't as developed as Mr. Jug stated. I didn't start playing until my junior year in high school, and I was recruited by some kids in the trombone section because they needed more numbers, and I was like, sure, teach me. So from there, it was a development. I've had mentors, I've had other students who played better than me that I latched on to because I was hungry to learn. But for me, is what I got out of band, especially with my collegiate director, Mr. Leonard Giles at Fort Valley State, really put me in positions to learn, not only learn the right way, but to learn from mistakes and to grow and become the person. And I credit a lot of things for my character and how I teach to him. Because ultimately, as directors, we want the music. The music has to happen, has to get there. But treating the students with that monochrome of respect and showing them that they matter, they're that more than the music, allows them to want to have more fun in the space and learn how to put emotion into the pieces versus just playing the music robotically. So that's important in my mindset as a director. And of course, like Chuck said, using the medium of what we do to make the person better. Like they should be not only a better musician, but a better person after 4 years with us. If not, we feel like, we didn't do our due diligence to make sure that they understand that, we've seen different colors, styles, directions, different spectrums of people that have come through this band program, not just here at Campbell, but in where we've come from that, came in empty and left full, not just in music, but who they were. I've seen kids who had the anger issues, who had the I'm finna get suspended every 2 days, flip that all the way around and realize they can't do that anymore. And it's because, oh, I love playing this instrument, but you ain't gonna play this if you keep this track. And they got to make those adjustments. They learn self-discipline. They learn to get to school on time. They learn how to study in time management, which is necessary for going to college, necessary for being in a job, necessary to be successful, period. And all that is built how we operate our band program. If anybody in Campbell is going to hold anybody accountable for what they're going to do, it's going to be us. So best believe that. So being a director and watching y'all grow, get that aha moment from the podium when everything clicks. That marching band performance where you like, oh, we pulled something off impossible. Like the first dance block this band has ever done. And y'all was like, oh, we're not going to do it. But the school popped and y'all instantly turned up and was like, oh my God, they're cheering for us. And that was a proud moment to see y'all go from uncomfortable to kind of comfortable. Then the next year you got more comfortable. And then as we crank up the Legion of Boom, you're going to be right there where y'all need to be at. So seeing that progression of how y'all grow is another turning point for us because you're learning and you're hungry for it. And again, being uncomfortable to comfortable, like Mr. Juck said, watching you grow, that's making you a better person. Learning how to achieve greatness through hard work and effort. And that's what's great about this gig.
I've really been trying to get comfortable with the uncomfortable because marching band has pushed me so much and it has taught me so many things. Like I cannot go home and dilly-dally on my phone and then do my work. Because by the time I get home after marching band, it's already
it's time.
It's do your work or don't sleep. And I love sleep.
Right.
Yes, sleep. Yes, I love naps.
Oh my gosh, I took the best nap yesterday.
Yes.
After I did all my work.
Yes.
Of course. I don't know. I feel like we talked about a lot of good things, but obviously we need the people to know not only just the community, but also maybe possibly if there are anyone who is interested in band, marching band or just concert band, we want to make sure that everyone is getting the information. And I'm really glad that we got to do this because I feel like we really represented the program. Because obviously the program isn't just you, it's us. But you guys do so much to make this program what it is. And I really appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Are there any last words we have for students who are maybe they're on the fence about coming or just they don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe they're not really sure about it, but they kind of want to pop out. They kind of want to try it. They don't know what's happening.
Look, I can tell y'all, Campbell's band program is evolving. It's definitely changing for the better, of course. We're creating a great atmosphere. We want to make sure that you have a great place to make beautiful music, learn to be a better musician, while still being pushed to be great. We're not going to allow you to settle for being okay. We're going to push you. And when you get comfortable, we're going to push you again and again. It's a cycle, so that way you can get better. But, in my fraternity, not Kappa, but in Kappa side, there's a saying we have called don't die wondering. Don't be that person that wonders what if. Try it out. You might like it. There's a lot of freshmen who come in like, I don't even want to be in band. Now they locked in. They realize this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm learning. The directors are cool. I'm being pushed to be great. I wasn't pushed before. It's a lot of great things that happen inside the room, even in just regular class. But when it comes to marching band, don't be that person on the outside of history. Like I stated before, the Legion of Boom, this marching band this year is going to be the largest marching band this school has ever seen in the history of this school's inception. It's peaking on that situation. And be a part of something great. Be a part of the history that's about to be established with this Campbell High School band program. I promise you, you'll enjoy the process. It's going to be a struggle. But at the end, the fruits of your labor will be the bus rides, the trips, the performances, knowing you did great, knowing you rocked out, knowing you did well with the superior performances at competition, because we're still going to be a competition band. Let's not get it twisted. Then it's also the other perks of being an HBCU infused program. The Battle of the Band invites. We've already started getting several of those coming in, so we're fielding those now. There's a lot of different things and opportunities that we'll be able to get with what we're doing now, and it's all because of you guys and your participation. So if you're on the fence, cross on over, give it a shot, give us 1 year, let us show you what you're capable of doing. Not what you think you're capable, but what you are capable. Let us get you to that spot. Then make a decision. I tried it. It's not for me. Cool. But don't be that person that's like, in junior year, I should have gotten to the band. Go ahead and get in now, so you can ride the wave and be part of the history and legacy that's about to be cemented in this band program, because it's definitely going to be something for the ages. www.campbellbands.com for more information. You can email myself or my colleague here, Mr. Jutz. Get on board. Make sure you're in the band class so we can teach you the techniques and things you need. Then come to after school marching band, where we'll teach you the marching techniques and things that you need to be great. Not only that, we have the jazz band, we have small ensembles, morning ensembles, different things that's going on. And look, we're bustling with opportunities for you to play music and to be great in everything that you do. So come be great here at Campbell. We welcome you. We have a seat for you. Let's make it hot.
That is true. As usual, do you have anything else you would like to? More light effects.
Yes.
No, I think he said it all. This is it is absolutely a very family type environment. We do try to lead with love. We do try to make sure that everything we're doing is for the betterment of the students. So it is definitely the environment. The students have proven that that's the environment that they feel when they come here. So come on down.
Join the boom.
Yes, hashtag join
Get
the
in
boom.
class.
Get in class.
If nothing else.
And join the
Class.
boom.
And then, yes, join the boom.
Listen.
Absolutely.
We are having marching band clinics in May. Like he said, go to our website, go to our Instagram, go to our TikTok. We are at @official_Campbell Band on Instagram, CHS Band on TikTok. Follow absolutely everything that you can. Because, I don't know, I really like what you said. You don't want to be on the other side of history. You don't want to be the person that's like, dang, I tried it for 1 year and I really wish I could. Because that's what I heard a lot last year from like kids who weren't here from their freshman year. They were like, dang, I really wish I did this last year. I really wish I did this freshman year. You really don't want this to be that thing that you were like, I could have been a band kid. Because when we pop off, we're gonna pop off, and you want to be able to be like, listen, I was there from day one.
Pop out's gonna be serious.
It's gonna be incredible. Follow, like, make sure you're staying updated. Drumline clinics are coming up in April. There's so many amazing things here, and honestly, listen, if there's any advice that I can give to anybody, any 8th graders or anything, just join band. What is the worst that could happen if you find something that you love and that genuinely gives you passion? That's it.
And scholarship dollars.
Money.
Money.
There's always a benefit. Band has so many benefits. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Please stay updated with the Boombox. Peace. Woo.
The directors are really caring and they're my favorite teachers.
The directors helped me improve so much, and I am very grateful for them.
Mr. Chester and Mr. Jux are really awesome, cool band directors, and I'm really happy they're my band directors for this semester and last semester, and that they're really cool and awesome too, one-of-a-kind teachers.
The directors, Mr. Chester and Mr. Drux, have done more for the band than we could ever give thanks for. They shepherded the band during tiring days and even rainy nights. They put in the work during times of uncertainty to maintain the level of excellence and guide every student. Personally, they have not only given me the opportunity to improve musically and technically, but have taught me how to become a better leader and shown me how to do more for the band. And now, thanks to them, I'm honored to become the next drum captain for marching band. As the directors say, trust the process, and thanks to that trust, the band is what it is today.
This is how we do it.